Hi everyone, and thanks for watching. You are about to enter our new house. We ended up buying a foreclosure through an auction site, and let me just tell you, it is a freaking nightmare. It's just terrible. These are pictures I took before we moved into the house. So there's the kitchen, the laundry room. This is the living room. I really like the fireplace. Unfortunately, it is gas, so that's kind of a bummer. There are a lot of cosmetic issues with the house that weren't incredibly concerning to me at the time because my husband is a licensed contractor. So I figured anything we came across, we could easily fix. And I love this ceiling in the dining room. I just thought it was so unique and so cool. It's probably one of my favorite parts in this whole house. So this is what it looks like under the covering for the swimming pool in the backyard. Unfortunately, we already had a contractor come out and take a look at the swimming pool, and he said it is not salvageable. Realistically, it would take somewhere between $16,000 to $20,000 to fix, and we don't have that kind of money, so we're just gonna get rid of it. Some of the less stressful side projects that I have at least been doing is working on the front yard, trying to get the flower garden in, and taking out the fire pit in the backyard just because it wasn't put together properly and was just kind of falling to pieces, so it needed to go. Unfortunately, when the gas guy came and turned on the gas and he turned on the water heater for us, apparently he didn't tighten it well enough, and it caused a leak that went through my wall and my husband's closet wall, and it didn't do any permanent damage. Luckily, we caught it in time, but I did have to pull up some of the sticky fake floor panels just to help soak up some of the water. We did have to change basically all the plugins and the outlets in the house just because they weren't up to code, which was realistically a pretty easy fix. My husband had to go up on the roof and clean out all the gutters because they were kind of clogged with leaves. In the backyard, the awning, that support beam on the left side, was 5 inches shorter than what it was supposed to be. As you can tell, we were able to rig something up and use a jack to very, very slowly lift the awning and put the new beam in place and properly install it. We did also have to put a new beam on the right side as well because it was starting to rot through. The first day that we're cleaning and doing work on the house, since we're going to be remodeling this. This was actually here where the stove is supposed to be. And it's got like the double-sided sticky glue, and actual glue was on it. So I took it off, much better. And I could actually use this on here, which, you know, most people would be like, oh, don't do that. But we're actually going to get rid of this and the countertops, because the countertops are like a weird, not tile, but tile kind of texture. So I'm getting this off. This is gonna come off. There was lights here, but what we're actually gonna do, we're gonna do like those strip lights under the cabinets, like all the way around. And that way you can change the colors if you want to. I think it's gonna look really cool. Just a side note, I'm trying to take off this wallpaper that we have in our dining room area. There's wallpaper here, and then there's wallpaper in the guest bathroom. But right here, I don't know if you can see that. There's wallpaper. I think it might actually go all the way to the ground, which they have already gone over and textured the wall. So see, I think whoever was here, the previous owners, because this is wallpaper right here. So I think they put texture over the wallpaper. So I'm not sure, aside from removing this top layer of wallpaper, what else I'm gonna have to do to fix this.
Pieces in, did you? Come on, guys. That's hanging out.
If I could sit here and explain all the issues with this house that have to do with water, I could literally be here for over an hour. But to sum it up, basically there were roots in the pipes in the sewage, so we had to break up our bathroom to get to the pipes. So in the beginning of that video, when I was drawing a smiley face and the dust on my dresser, all that was actually cement dust. So when the guys were going through and cutting the cement up in our bathroom floor, we really didn't take into consideration all the dust that was going to fly around. So unfortunately, our bedroom is covered in cement dust, which I've been cleaning for the last 2 days, and part of our living room is also covered in cement dust as well. After breaking through the cement, we needed to use shovels and dig down until we could find the pipes. And unfortunately, because it's like a weird, wet, thick clay, it was incredibly heavy and hard to dig through. The buckets felt like they weighed 40 pounds. I don't know how much they actually weighed, but it felt like they weighed a ton. And it was really hard, and it was really stinky because you still have septic water that was leaking out because of the roots causing cracks in the pipe. It was just a mess. Speaking of roots, this is the one that was causing all the problems. Because of the water, roots, and septic, all that stuff that was stuck in I think they were brass pipes that were originally put in like the 1980s when the house was built. Because it was all stuck in there, it was pretty eroded, and we had to get rid of all the plumbing in our bathroom. The guys did accidentally cut the water line, and we had to fix that too. It was terrible. So not only did we have roots inside the house that we knew of for sure, but there was roots outside of the house. Now, we didn't know where outside the house, so we had to dig up probably like 20 feet of pipe, some of which went under the pool. The other part we ended up cutting up with a rented cement saw, and we were able to find at least the spot where the roots had, caused the damage. This is the new and improved piece of pipe for the outside. This is the temporary pipe we used just so we could do dishes, take showers before setting up the more permanent layout for what is going to be our master bathroom setup. That's where the toilet's going to be. That's the sewer line to the other bathroom, right? And then I'll lead outside. We're going to put a bathtub in, so that's going to connect to the bathtub. That's just like the water lines to go up into where the shower is going to be. And then that one is going to be that's the water line to like the kitchen and the washing machine. Well, that was our first month living in our new house. Like I said, it was a foreclosure, so there's plenty of stuff that needs to be fixed and repaired before we can even get to the fun cosmetic things. So I don't really have a picture to close out my video. So here's a picture of my dirty, muddy, poopy pants while I was taking a rest. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I will be doing further videos once we, make more updates and progress on the house. But I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.